Hello everyone, my name is Manuel Bardies and today we're going to test the installation of OpenDOS3D. So in a previous video, we've seen how to install extensions inside or within 3D Slicer. So now we're going to check first that these extensions are installed, and this is where we were at the end of a previous video. So now, how do we know that it's actually working or that it is functional? And we have a way to test this, and it's a very good feature of OpenDOS 3D. So we have to go in the extensions, and you go down to radiotherapy, and you can see now you have several OpenDOS, but that's the one you want, OpenDOS 3D. And in OpenDOS 3D, which this is the main panel, important points are which version is that? So you see version 1.0, and it's something to communicate to the developers if you have a problem and so on, because obviously we know which version we have to work on. But if you go down, in fact, here in utilities, there is one lovely button which is run test. So we're going to run the test, and that is going to tell us that the OpenDOS 3D installation is functional or not. So we press run test. What it does, it's going to upload a data set, pre-recorded images, and it's going to go through all the sequence of operation that are needed to derive the absorbed dose. So it's not realistic, right? It's just a test that everything is well installed and that everything is working. So we have done some resampling, we have done the absorbed dose rate calculation. These are pre-segmented volumes that you can see. And now it's processing. It's been um, exact. And then you have the activity that is being plotted. And then it creates tables of time activity curve and perform the integration of that to get the absorbed dose. So it's going to be very quick. So just have a look, and here it's ending the calculation. So here we go. We have cumulated activity and absorbed doses. Then it's testing another clinical dosimetry workflow, which is the absorbed dose rate. So it's doing, again, using the same pre-computed segmentations, but here it's computing the absorbed dose rate by FFT convolution. And here we're going to have all the processing that is being done. And at the end, you should have, again, a table of values that gives you the volume of interest, the masses, the absorbed doses, standard deviation that are computed on the time variable integration, and the fit that is being used to fit the variable here, the absorbed dose rate. So it's okay. It seems that your OpenDOS 3D installation is functional. There is another test. I mean, normally it should be okay. If you have installed TotalSegmentator, and if you want to test that TotalSegmentator is functional, then there isn't something else you should do. You should press here on Auto and compute absorbed doses. So what it's going to do is on that test data set, it's going to do all the preliminary steps, resampling the images and so on. And then it's going to use TotalSegmentator to segment every images. We have 5 of them, so it's going to take some time. So I think now is the right moment to get yourself a coffee. You can see here it's segmenting the first image. It's going to take a while. As long as the wheel is spinning, and as long as the bar is slowly advancing, you're okay. If you fear that something is wrong, you can try to open the Python console. But it's not so easy because, as you see, it's the wheel is spinning here. And by clicking on the image, I could, have made the bar disappear. So I'm gonna put it back here. So you can see that it's advancing. Okay, it's here. As you can see, it's advancing, and I'm going to get myself a coffee. So I see you in a couple of minutes. Okay, it's been 6, 7 minutes, and I've had my coffee. So you can see here that the process has progressed and it's actually ending. I opened the Python console here. So I just pressed on that icon here, and that shows internal stuff that you may or may not, follow. But it's interesting in the sense that it shows here that despite the fact that it's actually saying, warning things and so on, then it's still working. Okay. So we're ending the process by computing the absorbed dose to bone marrow at different time points, and you will soon see that, okay, we have the processing. So it seems that everything has been done. And that test has been working correctly. So in that data set, in that specific test, we have one segmentation that was performed for every time point. And because we had 5 time points, that's the reason why it took so long. So I'm going to, and you can see here, okay, so it's because Python console is not needed, and these are the results you have. So you can assume that OpenDose3D is installed, is functional, and that TotalSegmentator is also working. And with that, I thank you for your attention.